Hello, this is Xbox Ahoy, and this is the Type 95 bonus footage. Or, as Riot Control so eloquently puts it, Xbox Ahoy presents Comment Guide Express. So, without wasting any time, let's delve into some of the comments taken from the Type 95 video. Magnum 93954 says, "Do BF3 weapons." This one again. I don't really want to repeat myself, so long story short, not going to happen. Banana Butt 222 asks, "Dear Xbox Ahoy, will we ever be able to see your face?" Maybe, but it will be incidental. I don't plan on doing vlogs. Besides, I kind of like the mystique of being a disembodied voice. NASA vs. Pete 5 says, "Actually, it was 1998. Check wiki references, winky face." I presume you're talking about the date that it was first seen outside of China, the Hong Kong handover. And actually, my reference there was world.guns.ru, Maxim Papenka's site. Brilliant site, love that site. So, yeah, stick that in your pipe and smoke it. Cracky06 quips, "Contrary to popular belief, this gun is actually overpowered." Yes, very droll. I'm in two minds about the Type 95. On the one hand, I know that it is a very effective weapon. I did do pretty well with it when I was using it, so, I mean, you'll have no arguments there. But whether it's overpowered or just a good weapon is a little more difficult to call. Because it does require accuracy, and at a distance it is pretty terrible. It's just that consistent one-burst kill at close range where I think that people hate it for. Anyway, it's a discussion for the ages. But in my opinion, the Type 95 is just a good assault rifle. If you want overpowered, you have to look to stuff like the FMG9. Lego Builder 397 says, "Model 1887 is next." Well, no, nice try. Yukika Z Halo is a little more well-informed, saying the KSG-12 is next. The 1887 only has one magazine tube. Very true, yes, the KSG is the next gun. One Eye Pie 1 says, "His videos aren't the same anymore. Too short, sad face." Hey, come on now. Weapons of Modern Warfare is about 3 to 4 minutes long. And the more long-standing fans of mine will know that the weapon guides weren't always 10 to 12 minutes long. The MW2 ones are a bit shorter. They're about 4 to 6 minutes. Anyway, Time to Kill is a bit longer if you like a meatier video. Takes me a correspondingly longer time to put together as well. And of course there was the return of the Black Ops weapon guide, although we'll save that for the next bonus video. Extro V2 says, "One small hint at the end of the video about next week's episode, and suddenly every COD player watching becomes a weapons specialist." Love it. I must confess, I do take a bit of a shameful joy in watching people get it wrong. Maybe I should make the hint a little more cryptic, make it a bit more difficult. Who knows? Crooked Gaming says, "I fudging hate MW3, but these videos are like a woman in yoga pants. I just can't stop watching." Well, I suppose it doesn't make much difference to me either way. But I do now know that at least some of you still play MW3, so there is that. Video Game Rageaholic asks, "Where did you get those bullets at the end?" Why, they're just regular bullets from the regular bullet store. No, if you look closely, you'll actually see the primers are struck. They are inert rounds. Little more than brass paperweights, and entirely legal to own in the UK. I think I got those ones from D&B Militaria, which is a pretty spiffy site, if you're into that sort of thing. S Synchronize says, "My history teacher ain't got stuff on Xbox Ahoy." Well, if you say so, just stay in school, kids. Singapore Tom 96 asks, "Can you please do the MP7 for the next one?" Well, no, I think we've established that the KSG is the next one, but the MP7 is on my shortlist for the ones to do in the near future. My priority is it's the new weapons to the series that are the priority. I think after the KSG, I'm thinking about doing the PM9, for instance. Also on the shortlist is the MP7, the Pecheneg, the CM901, the USAS-12, the AS-50, the G36C, the MG36, the RSS, and the FMG9. Those are going to be the set that are next up. After that, I might do some of the secondaries that are new to the series. There's the P99, the MP412, the 5.7, the SMOR, the XM25, and the M320 GLM. And then after that, I think most of the weapons I've covered the history, if only briefly. Well, I mean, there's a SCAR L, I've done the SCAR H. Their histories are basically the same. The ACR 6.8, I've covered the ACR. The Mark 14 is just basically the M14. MP5, I've covered much of the MP5's history in the MP5K videos I've done. I've covered the UMP45, the P90, the L86, the Mark 46. Oh, actually, I haven't done the Mark 46. I'll bump that one up the order. What else? The M60, the Barrett, the L118A. Well, that's basically the L96. The Dragunov, the Spaz 12, the AA12, the Striker, the so on and so on. Yeah, definitely the new weapons, the ones I've not covered before, they're the priority. I don't know how far I'll get with this series. Because, I mean, November's only 6 months away, and my priorities will probably shift come then. Guided Pirate says, in Nigeria we don't have weapon. This is why we got problem. We don't have weapon in the UK either. Although, generally speaking, we don't really have problems either. Slow Foghat asks, what do you use to edit your videos? It's a question I get asked every so often, but it's one that has a very simple answer, and that answer is Sony Vegas. Iskander Studios 1 says, who would have thought that the old best assault rifle in the game is made in China? Not sure if this is Chinese pride, or if this is just, you know, casual racism. No matter either way, I suppose. There were quite a few comments, you know, along the lines of, oh, made in China. Probably breaks after a month. Lol. I don't know, the Western world, what is wrong with you? Slayer Xbox says, Stuart, I actually used to own a Type 95 when I lived in China. Now, since I moved to Canada, I bought the Norinco Type 97A QBZ, but it's restricted. That's pretty cool, actually. I'm surprised they allow civilian ownership of firearms in China, but I'm not familiar with the laws. Let's see what Wikipedia says. China. Possession of firearms is prohibited in China, with exceptions for government authorities, sport shooters, hunters, and farmers. That sounds somewhat similar to the UK. Anyway, no doubt the Type 95 would be a cool gun to own. I can only imagine they'd be pretty rare to own over here. Actually, I do own one Chinese deactivated rifle. I've got a Type 56, which is basically the old AK clone. Of course, being deactivated, it's nothing more than just a fancy-looking paperweight, but as far as wall hangers go, it's not bad. XX Trick Shots ZZ, good name, says, iDub, yes, this is going to be the most balanced COD game. Sweet. iDub, the only reason we put in the Type 95 is for the noobs. Frowny face. Oh, come on now. If anything, the Type 95 is more lethal in the hands of somebody who can actually aim. It's the automatic assault rifles that are probably more newbie. I don't know which is the noobiest. I want to say the SCAR L is kind of a good all-rounder that's pretty easy to use. It's got good iron sights, low recoil, and it handles pretty well all round. The noobiest gun, of course, would probably have to be the FMGs. Either that or the PP90M1. That's a little bit newbie. It's also the weapon I have the best KD with, I think, as well. I don't know what that says about me. Evil Monkey 01 asks, Xbox Ahoy, can you include length in feet and meters? Well, I suppose it could. Do you want me to include it in rods and furlongs as well? I jest, but really, the metric system is wonderful. The whole world uses it. Apart from the United States, Liberia, and Burma. Anonymous 9403 says, Chonghua. I apologize for my pronunciation. I had to look this up, of course. I'm not a native Chinese speaker, as you might have guessed. But that simply means China. There you go. That's what it translates to. I'm not sure how many Chinese viewers I get, but, well, it got 63 thumbs up, so I don't know. Actually, my analytics for my YouTube account will tell me how many visits I get from China. Let's see, last 30 days, geography, China, view count, 4. 4 people from China. If I have a look at the lifetime views, 442. Hey, that's not bad. Compare that to 0 views from Burma and 9 from Liberia. Derpentine133769 asks, do you have a mustache? Because I picture you with a mustache, like a sir. I sport a... well, I suppose I'd describe it as a full beard. Although I do keep it cropped fairly close, I normally trim it back to about a quarter inch or so. So there you go. Summer Hero says, I think Xbox Ahoy does way more research of the weapons than IDUB and Sledgehammer did for the game. Wow, 162 thumbs. I don't know if that's entirely true. I mean, I can't think of any major glaring errors as far as the actual firearms are concerned. Of course they have to take some liberties with the game. Flash Freeze says, remind anyone of the FAMAS from MW2? They are pretty similar, I suppose, yeah. It's like the Mini Uzi and the PM9. Kind of a cosmetic switch out more than anything. Although, you know, hey, I'm all for a bit of variety. Alright, last one. Jack Kuro says, will incinerate your phone. Cue candle. Hey, I had to end the video somehow. The whole candle thing kind of came together at the last minute. I'd almost finalised the format, and I just had one... you know, I had the outro to do, basically. I thought, I know, I'll throw some stuff together on a table and film it with a Canon, you know? I thought I'd tie into the book opening sequence. So I'd go, you know, some sackcloth, a few AK magazines, and before you know it, you've got yourself an ending. The candle was in there just to really sort of provide a bit of motion, you know? The smoke effects and the fact that I could blow the candle, it's cheesy, but it works. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you for the next video.